Good morning, San Francisco.
Good morning!
I'm Tim Farnham with Black Label Real Estate, and this is your Monday morning market update. As of this morning, there are 1,210 homes available in San Francisco. This is down by 17 from last week. Contingent homes were down by 22 to 110, and new homes are down again by 66 to 71, marking the second week of a seller pullback, as last week we were down by 56 as well. In the under $1 million condo segment, we have 390 available condos, which is down by 23. New listings are down by half at 18. There were no price increases again, but there were 25 price reductions, the same as last week. Contingents were about the same at 36, and closed listings were up by 7 to 25. The upward trend for days on market continues, and we are up to 48 days for this segment. Last, we saw a decrease in the sales price to the list price for newly listed homes, as the average sale price is now 100% of list price. In the over $1 million condo segment, we are down by 50 condos to 520. New listings were down by 31 to 17. Price increases were down by 4 to 3, and price reductions were down by 13 to 18. 48 homes went contingent last week and 56 homes sold, which is up by 23. Days on market continues to rise and is up by 2 days to 40 days. Sales price to list price is also settling a bit down by 3% to 106% of list price. In the under $1 million single-family home market, we have about the same number as last week at 31. New homes were down by 5 to 5, with no homes coming back on the market and no price increases. There were 2 price reductions in this segment, and contingents were down by 4 to 5, showing quite the slowdown from the previous few weeks. Days on market is also on an upward trajectory, up to 17 days, up by 3 days. Sales price to list price is still high, however, at 117% of list price. In the $1 to $2 million single-family home segment, listings were down by 35 to 157. New homes were down by 12 to 20, and back on markets were down by 3 to 4. There were no price increases, but there were 4 price reductions, which is down by 10. Contingents went up last week by 23 to 53, but the closed listings were down by 27 to 32. Days on market are also up by 3 days to 19, and the sales price to list price is also falling, down 5% to 114% of list price. In the $2 to $3 million luxury home market, we have 4 less homes this week at 45. New homes remain at 7, and there was only 1 home that came back on the market with no price reductions. Contingent listings were cut in half to 5, and closed listings dropped by 6 to 11. Days on market is also on an upward trajectory, increasing by 4 days to 18, with the sales price to list price also dropping significantly, from 123% of list last week to 110% of list this week, marking the first noticeable decrease for the year in this segment. In the over $3 million luxury homes segment, we have 7 fewer listings this week than last week at 67. New listings remain the same at 4, and there were no homes coming back on the market or price increases. There was 1 home with a price reduction, and 10 homes went contingent, which is up by 3. Closed homes were up this week to 14, which is up by 8. Days on market for this segment is now over 30 days, which is up from 11 days as of the end of May, indicating an imbalance in listings and buyers. As for the buyer indicators, we are seeing the price reductions stabilize as sellers are adjusting to the new market and no longer pricing their homes as aggressively as before. Back on markets are still higher than what we saw at the beginning of the year, but no noticeable trends since April. Overall, listings are down quite a bit from last week, but this is typical of the holiday weekends. So watch for a boost next weekend as some sellers just held off 1 week to list their homes. In almost all categories, though, we saw 2 trends. First, we are seeing an increase in the days on market, which now sits at 31 days, the highest it's been for a couple years. We are also seeing a reduction in the sale price to list price of newly listed homes, which is down to 108% as of this week. Again, the lowest that we have seen this year, and it seems to be on a 3-week downward trend. Looking at the differences between condos and single family homes, the major difference can be seen in absorption rate. There are still only about 1 month worth of inventory in the single family home segment. However, there are 3 months of inventory in the condo segment. Thank you for joining me for this Monday morning market update. Subscribe to this channel to stay informed on market conditions and trends. And as always, feel free to message me directly if you are curious about what your home is worth or wonder if buying into this market is the right move for you and your family.